Hi and welcome, Kat from Sacred Soul Rising. So I've got some questions up and I've got some comments up that are on my YouTube channel, and I thought that I'd do a bit of a Q&A and answer them to help you dive a bit deeper into your journey. Sometimes it's good to do this, in Awaken to Consciousness, which is now only available through my Twin Flame course. We dive deep into there. There's over 50 hours of coaching in there. It was only ever meant to be a few hours of coaching available, but it's just grown and grown and grown. And, if you've already purchased my Twin Flame course, you can get access to Awaken to Consciousness, but only through the course. And for anybody that hasn't, purchased the course, but you need help and support on this journey, because this journey is confusing. This journey does, it can keep you locked in pain, and that's not what the journey is about. I do have 25% off at the moment with 222. It's all on my website. If you click down in the link below this video in the description, you'll see it in there, a link, and you can go in and find all the details. And this is what we do, often we do, and help people shift, because remember, this journey is not a journey of thinking, it's not a journey, okay, I'm going to do mantras and it'll change. It's energetically shifting, energetically moving out of duality into singularity, because this journey is the journey of the soul. And remember, the soul is formless. So, next one is Julie. I've done so much healing, been in hermit mode. And I do want to say, hermit mode, which often feels like you're alone, but really it's solitude, is a really important part of the journey, because within that solitude, within that time that you take for yourself, you then start to hear the whispers of your soul. And that's when you get called back to your original soul blueprint. I'm a healer, and I'm now having sessions with a shaman healer. I've had all the signs and synchronicities, and I've definitely been activated and awakened. It will be 3 years in May, and I'm not seeing him. And that's when my journey changed. Okay. So, what I want to say is, yes, this journey, when you are activated onto this journey, this is not a half-hearted awakening. When we look back of awakenings in the 90s, in the early 2000s, even in the mid, 2011, 2012, people were awakening. There was a mass awakening, a mass wave of awakening in 2011, 2012. And many people will say, yeah, I went through awakening at that point. I got sort of that soul calling. But now this that I've been going through for the last 3-4 years, this is strong, heavy. I cannot run from this awakening. I cannot avoid this awakening. And what is happening is you're shifting from that mind and ego, that carbon-based body, into that multidimensional being. It's what the Mayans talked about. It's what the Laika talked about. You are now shifting in. And so you're shifting into living a life from a soul-led way. It's a very different way of living. You are led by soul, and soul is always about being in the present moment. It's always about being. It's very funny. Everybody always comments about my scarf, and I remember at the beginning of the winter season here in the UK, one of my beautiful moderators, Julie, who helps and supports me, on my online courses and when we do our Zoom calls and everything, and in the groups, she was like, the scarf's back. And it wasn't until recently that I suddenly realised that my scarf is this journey. It's a daily reminder to all of you. If you look at my scarf, there are bees all over it. There are bees all over it. And it reminds you, it's there to remind you every day to be. So if you're looking at my scarf going, she's got that yellow scarf on again. She never has that scarf off. I actually really love this scarf. It's the perfect feel. I'm sure all of you have the same as me. You just have that one thing that it's comfy. It falls nice. It's the right length. It's the right snugginess. Anyway, it's also the perfect reminder for all of you what the journey is truly about. And if you lose sight of the journey, remember my scarf. It's about being the soul. And this is a soul's journey. The soul isn't rushing ahead. The soul is timeless. The soul is formless. The soul is only about being in the present moment. And that's why you will often hear Eckhart Tolle's book, The Power of Now, because the power of now is all about shifting into the now moment. When you shift into the now moment, that is where you will find peace on this journey. And the dog is now, Sol, here, come here, please. He's now starting to dig into the thing. That's going to be very distracting for me. Why are you always like this? When I do a live, you always go crazy. Right. Okay, let's move on. I want to move on to another comment. I have one question no one has ever answered. I knew I was on a soul. I knew I was the soul inhabiting the body since I was 3 years old. When I was 6, I lost someone I loved unconditionally. My subconscious slammed a door between myself and my conscious. 31 years later, I met the soul that started my unraveling, ego death. It was terrible, so painful. And you've put like a question mark going, ego death, as in questioning it. Of course, if you are catapulted in and, ego death does feel painful, does feel confusing because you have led a life from mind and ego. Whereas this is a journey of soul, and the ego death is there to dissipate everything that is false, everything that is no longer resonating in your new vibration. Years of pain. I think Mr. Amazon, no, he's not. I could see the dog wagging his tail and then I saw an Amazon truck. Years of emotional pain, dragging myself through each day. Love for that man has not dimmed. He is the reason I was never able to give my heart to anyone. It has always belonged to him. 18 months ago, just when I was starting, I think I could move on, a second ego death began. I have no soulmates, no karmics. My question is, what is the purpose of incarnating on this planet as pure soul, to be damaged by love at 6, then set free by love painfully at the age of 37, to grow spiritually back to the pure soul I was? It makes no sense to my heart or mind. It's never going to make sense to the mind. The mind and ego, you're not on a mind and ego journey. This isn't your spiritual mind ego journey. This is a soul's journey. And the soul does not attach to anything. You see, a soul's journey is about surrendering. What do we do when we surrender? We release, we let go, we detach from anything. And so to love is to love in freedom. And often, when we love, we want to own that. We say that we love unconditional, but often it's not conditional. It comes with conditions of you being with me, you being here. And then if that is taken away, then we get all trapped in mind and ego. My soul continues to grieve. The soul does not continue to grieve. The mind and ego does. The soul is infinity. The soul is formless. So here is the thing. A lot of what we have been taught over the years, that, the soul is grieving, the soul is happy, the soul is sad. The soul does not identify as form, so it can't identify with being sad or happy. That is the whole point of this journey, to collapse duality. Duality is when we identify, the dog is talking to me, when we identify as things being good or bad. up, down, black, white. That is the duality. This journey is not a journey of duality. The soul does not vibrate in duality. The soul is oneness. There must be a reason I'm not able to see it yet. Okay, so you're trying to see it with these eyes. The journey is seen with the third eye. It is that deep inner knowing. It is that deep inner trust. And that is why you are catapulted onto the journey. You're catapulted onto the journey so you can shift from living a life from mind and ego and identifying as physical form into a journey of deep inner trust, deep inner connection with soul, with heart, and with your third eye, of knowing that you are seeing the journey, but you're seeing it with the third eye, and the third eye doesn't see as these eyes see. No one has ever answered, probably because they don't have one. Well, God has remained silent. Well, this is another thing. A lot of us believe, or a lot of people believe, that God is a human or God is outside of ourselves. God is in the oceans. God is omnipresent. He's in the seas. He's in the bees. He's in the trees. He's in the highest mountain. God is in you. God is in me. God is a vibration. God is not there to, God is love, and we are love, and you are love, and the trees are love. Everything is a vibration. And when we believe that God is separate to us, then we become separate. We're in separation consciousness. The awakening journey, the catapulting journey that you are on, is there to release, to let go, to know that you are here on Soul School to grow and expand, but to not attach to anything, to know that you are, I always say that saying, you are everything, but you are also equally nothing. And when we start to vibrate at a soul level, we are just in the vibration of being. Now, often people will say to me, so do we not achieve anything then? No, but we achieve in the present moment. We are always knowing that we are creating in the present moment. I create content most days, but I am being while I am creating the content. Various people often say to me, why don't you just create loads of content and then just pick whichever one you want? But that's not the journey. That's not the true essence of a true awakening. A true awakening is to be in the present moment, is to share in the present moment. And that is what the journey is. You when you're saying the door was slammed shut, you slammed the door shut to soul and heart, and you went into mind and ego. Mind and ego operates with those low vibrations, and I've shown that chart before. The low vibrations of, grief, of need, of want, of depression, of lack, of fear. They're the lower vibrations. This journey is about raising our vibration into a higher state of consciousness. When we shift and we ascend and we release all those attachments and realize that nothing is happening to us, everything is happening for us, and we are here to raise our vibration, and in raising our vibration and letting go and realizing that this is an incredible journey that has been gifted to you, then you shift into those higher vibrations of love, of gratitude, of abundance. And those vibrations are very, very different to the lower ones. I hope this helps. This call has gone on a little bit longer than what I wanted to, but, I think it's Beverly that has said this. I think, I love to delve into these because it can really help me explain the journey in more detail. You're activated on this journey. That Kundalini is activated. Your core wounds are activated, your heart chakra is activated. And you're going through a deep transformation of all your bodies, your emotional body. So those the emotions that you are arising within you, that are oscillating within you, it is up to you to start to alchemize them. How do you alchemize them? By starting to observe them. You know, the physical changes that you go through. You know, many people will go, you know, I lost weight, my hair changed, my skin started to change. I started to eat cleaner. I stopped smoking. I wasn't bothered about drinking as much. The toxic habits that I once had no longer fed me. You know, I wanted to do things, get out in nature, go and help people, go and out into the community and make a difference in the world. You know, all your bodies, the physical body, the emotional body, the mental body, you start to really, you know, the mind at the beginning goes crazy. And this is so you can start to make that shift from the mental ego into living a soul-led way of life. And then you get the soul and spirit, where you shift from that carbon-based, heavy 3D body that has lived their life solely identifying, solely believing that things are happening to them, into that multidimensional being. And you're given at that point the keys to the universe. And that's why people start to suddenly become interested in Einstein, in quantum physics. And, you know, people that have never shown an interest in physics suddenly are fascinated. And fascinated by the universe, fascinated by the sky and the stars and planets, because you are shifting and you are given the keys to that beautiful multidimensional being that you are becoming. This journey is not about solely thinking about your divine masculine. There is so much more to the journey. That's why it feels so confusing. And that's why you are given those signs and synchronicities, not so you can dissect them and go, right, I need to look at the angel number 222. I need to dissect that number. It's a sign that my divine masculine is now doing this. No. It is a nod, it is a little wink from the universe that you are on the right path. And remember, this journey is a pathless path. This journey you will go through gateless gates. You will have to see with your third eye, and seeing with the third eye is having that deep inner trust. And this is why I always say, I will give you the tools. I will give you the tool belt. I will give you the map. I will give you the compass. But it's up to you whether you pick them up and really, truly do the journey for what it is. Wherever you are attached on and believing that this journey is solely twin flames, then you will stay looping. You will stay in that pain. You'll stay in that toxic energy. Get out of it and really start to see the journey for what it truly is. And this journey is a magical, beautiful journey. If you need more help, my website is there. My Twin Flame course is there. If you're wanting to go further than that and go, you know what, I want to go out and help people and make a difference, then my soul coaching and soul-led business course is there. My work is all about divine feminine, reclaiming your power and really starting to align with soul. That is what the journey is truly about. And just to let you all know, I have just launched Divine Feminine Inner Temple, where it is my weekly support area, so you can come and grow. There's a monthly circle on there. It is all about the deep work of the divine feminine. I look forward to working with you. I hope this helps. I send you so much love. Have a beautiful, blessed day.